What's up guys? So today we're gonna be taking a look at the brand new Action 5 monitor from SmallHD. Now, spoiler alert, it's only $329, which is pretty incredible considering how premium this monitor feels. Despite its price point, it does not feel cheap at all. It feels very high end, and that's to be expected from a company like SmallHD. Now, let me give you guys a quick overview of this monitor. One thing that you will notice right away is how lightweight it is, coming in at 240 grams. Now, towards the left side, you have a full-size HDMI port, which supports 4K 10-bit HDR input. You also have a full-size HDMI output, and they also include two HDMI cables. One of them is micro to full size, and the other one is mini to full size, which I think is a nice touch. And then on the same side, you have a DC input, should you choose to power this display using an external power source like a V-mount battery. Alternatively, you can also power this using a Sony NP-F battery, which I think is great, and most monitors do that. But you can also power this on the opposite side with a Canon LP battery. So you do have variety there. Now towards the bottom, you'll notice there's a 3.5mm headphone jack, and then on the opposite side, we have a USB port. And this USB port is utilized so that you can update the firmware on the monitor or also import your own LUT. Now, what's really cool is they actually include a thumb drive with some preloaded LUTs, or of course you can import your own. And I think that's a nice touch also that they include this little thumb drive. Now also on the bottom, there's a 1/4-20 mount with RE anti-twist lock, and they also include a monitor mount, which again, I feel that's a nice touch. Now over here on the back side, you also get another 1/4-20 mount and also another one on the right-hand side, giving you a total of 3 mounting options. Now moving on to the front of the display, this is a 5.5-inch 1080p touchscreen, and since they know you're gonna be touching it a lot, they actually include a little microfiber cloth to keep it nice and clean. But something that I didn't expect is they also include pre-installed factory screen protector, which is really nice, but they also throw in an additional screen protector in case this one gets damaged. It's those little nice details that really add up. Now really, the standout feature of this monitor is its brightness. Coming in at 2000 nits, it can comfortably be used outside. And let me tell you, from using it, it looks incredible. Now where this monitor really shines is their brand new simplified user interface. But before we dive into their menu and show you all the really cool things that you can do with it, let me take a moment of your time to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Storyblocks. With Storyblocks, you have access to over 1 million royalty-free assets that you can use on your own personal videos or even commercial projects. Now their massive library not only consists of high quality 4K video, also sound effects, music, graphics, and even After Effects templates to enhance your edits. But what's great about using a service like Storyblocks is that they have a flexible subscription plan that is affordable. So if you guys sign up to their unlimited all access plan, you can download as many assets as you want. So if you guys are ready to try out Storyblocks, make sure that you use my link down below in the description and sign up to their all access plan, which is a service that I highly recommend and I personally use. So I went ahead and rigged up the monitor to this Canon R5. But what I really want to do is demonstrate how easy and intuitive this new menu system is. So right now, when I tap on the monitor, I am greeted with this toolbar that has 5 actions, one of them being the settings menu, which I'll go over in a minute. So everything is essentially turning things on or off very easily. So for example, the first one here is frame. If I tap on that, it brings up the frame guide. If I tap on it again, it turns it off. If I touch here where it says focus, it's turning on focus peaking. If I touch it again, it turns it off. Same thing over here with exposure. This is bringing false color. If I tap it on or I tap it again, it turns off. Over here we have look, which applies a LUT to my log image. So right now it's the default LUT that's preloaded from the monitor. And then here, if I tap it again, it turns it off. But there's more to it than that, because if I go into the settings menu, here's really where I get to tweak each individual action. So for example, if I tap on frame and I turn it on, which I can also do here, you'll notice that it's set to 240 by 1. But let's say I'm going to be doing some Instagram or TikTok content. All I can do here is I can switch this over to 9 by 16, tap away from the display, and now I have a frame guide perfectly set up for 9 by 16. And let's say I'm done filming this TikTok content, I wanna go back to my 16 by 9, I can easily tap on the display, turn frame guide off. So again, you can go into the settings menu and really tweak each individual one. Same thing goes for focus. So for example, if I go into the settings menu and I tap focus, I can set the color to be a different one from green. So I have mine set to green, I can change it to red, I can change it to blue or white. I can also adjust the intensity. So if I want it a little bit more intense, or if I want to just turn it off from here, I can also do that. Now let's go ahead and go back and then go into exposure. So here we have our spectrum of IRE values. So this is really useful if I'm trying to find the proper exposure of an image, whether something's over or underexposed. So just to demonstrate, if I overexpose, you can see things that are turning red. And then if I start underexposing, you'll start to notice that it starts to turn blue. And this is really useful. If you guys don't use false color, like this is a must. And then once again, once I'm happy with my image, I can go ahead and just disable it really quickly. And then lastly, we have Lux, which is the LUTs. So here it comes pre-installed with their own factory Rec 709 conversion LUT, which already looks great. But you can also change the intensity by pushing on this S curve, or you can also load your own LUTs by putting in the USB thumb drive, and then you can add your own creative LUT. And again, you can turn this on and off. Now there's also other things that you can do in the settings menu. So for example, if I tap here, there's also a little toggle switch here where I can use the audio controls. I can also adjust the headphone settings here, the volume. I can adjust the backlight. So here, let me demonstrate. This is what's really crazy. So this is how bright this monitor is, where I actually had to set this, I believe, to 0. Yes, the backlight is to 0. Now, if you wanna see this at 2000 nits, we're gonna overexpose right now, but just to show you how bright this monitor is. And let me go ahead and throw a LUT in there, but look at this. Look how crazy. It's too bright. Can you see in there or no?
I can see it, but it's bright.
Okay. So I have to turn this down just so the cameras can pick this up. I have to change this to 0 because of how intense the brightness is on this monitor. And then you also have fan speed. So personally, I have always left it at 0. I filmed outside, I filmed bright sunny day, and never had any issues. But even if I set it to 2 or 3, you really can't hear it. It's actually very quiet. Now there's another sub menu here with number 2, and this allows you to flip the image. So basically you can change the orientation. And then lastly, menu number 3 is just their website and also a phone number if you need any tech support. So as you guys can see, the user interface on the Action 5 is just so easy to use. And this is what I hate about other monitors, where they just try to cram so much into it and it just becomes a process so convoluted, whereas the Action 5 is just so simple and intuitive to use. Not to mention its build quality. At $329, like honestly, I would struggle to recommend anything else at this given price point. So if you guys are interested in picking one up for yourself, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys are going to love this one. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.